Yo, 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 good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 24 of Combat Culture Africa. As usual, the desk is full. We just have everybody is just here, man.
In spirit.
You can see Skelly, you can see. All right, but on a serious note, it's me and my brother, Icebox Mayo Kunu. And we're here to just give you guys a rundown on everything that's happening in the world of combat sports right now. My name is Oche, Young Jollof, Charles Edache.
And I'm Mayo Icebox Okuno.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
All
man.
right, yeah.
This year is pumped, and we knew already. Like 2020 is stacked up combat world in the whole combat scene. And then this weekend is definitely not a letdown because we have Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury.
Bomb Squad.
I swear, man, part 2. Oh, shit. And oh wow, I'm not supposed to say shit.
Wow.
And then we also have Paul Felder versus Dan the Hangman
Hooker. So like, there's. I don't even know how we're going to watch everything. In all honesty.
How is it? Because it happening simultaneously. We need to figure it out.
I think New Zealand. I don't think New Zealand and
Obviously,
Nevada.
yeah, definitely.
But we'll figure it out anyway. So yeah, dude, what are your thoughts? Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Just talk about it. I think.
So I mean, the first fight was very competitive, very close, very. I think that's one of the fights that was a draw that nobody really kind of. Oh, was there controversy around it?
Yeah, there was. Most people thought Tyson won.
Oh yeah, even though he got dropped by the last
twice,
minute.
Yeah, because he outboxed him like
He
almost
really
the entire fight.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like you know how fickle we are as human beings. I already forgotten about that, but I just felt like it was one of those draws that people were like, yeah, you know, it's fine. It deserves a rematch. So super excited for the rematch. And Brendan Schaub of Below the Belt had said that Deontay Wilder does do particularly well with rematches.
He does.
But I don't see that happening in this scenario.
You think Tyson is too smart, too good of a fighter?
I think he is smart, and I think he's gonna make necessary adjustments as well. And
Switched camps as well, notable. For this fight.
I always worry about that though. When
Same.
fighters switch camps,
Everybody's concerned. But
I worry about stuff like that. I mean, I hope it plays in his favor, but because I've switched camps before, but I didn't really switch camps. I just I added a new like a month worth of work from another place, and I obviously where I add something I take from somewhere else. So I reduced my time in my original space, and then I got some extra stuff from another space. So I never really like just completely left, because there's always like a pool of talent to like benefit from. But I know Tyson is very, very particular about his mental state, so I just trust that whatever he's done has been for his own good. So hopefully it plays out in the boxing world as well.
yeah, curiously, he hasn't let anyone record him hit pads, hit mitts, any of his training sessions. Nothing. It's been
wonder why
really
the
secretive.
secrecy
Yeah, it's really secretive. So there's the train of thought that suggests that he was knocked out once. He's felt that power. He's never going to recover from it. He knows what it feels like. And then there's a train of thought that suggests that, oh, this guy almost did it the first time. And prior to getting knocked down in the ninth, I can't remember the two. I think it was ninth and 12th. I can't remember the two. Yeah, ninth. He was making it look easy, to be honest. He barely got hit, danced around Wilder, and
He had fun.
and that camp, he had to lose a ton of weight before coming into that match.
Yeah.
So a lot of the camp was him spending time trying to lose weight. So now he says he's been in shape since that fight because he's been active. All he had to do this time was focus on boxing, not losing weight, and he believes that gives him the advantage.
Man, I really hope so, because obviously I don't know if I said it already on the show. I'm rooting for Fury on this one.
Is it just for the redemption story?
I am a sucker for a story, man. I've said it so many times. I'm a sucker for, but I've always just been a Tyson fan. Like way before he got popular, I've been a Tyson fan. I just like how real, how powerful he's remained in being so vulnerable. Like he's really put everything out
It's
there.
a very, very strong point.
Yeah,
man.
put all his skeletons out there. I think it's a point of envy for me. It's just like I
wish.
would love to be in that kind of position where it's like, this is it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a bit cuckoo sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But I love Jesus.
Just, and take it out. And I tell you mama jokes.
Yes. I mean, at the end of the last fight, he ended it by saying, "I want to give thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ."
Wow,
Yeah,
man. Tyson,
he's a beautiful human being, man.
he's just a character. And we saw the thing where he donated all his earnings from his last fight to. Oh, you didn't see that?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah, so apparently his fight with the first fight with Deontay, something crazy like is it $8 million or something? Gave it all away.
To charity?
Yeah, some particular charity.
Wow.
Can't remember the one now. Insane.
So he's a beautiful person, man. In and out.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I think that gives away the predictions a little bit, but let's go right
Oh
to
yeah, but
right.
you didn't say who do you think is gonna win?
I think Tyson Fury is going to win.
Oh wow.
I think he's going to put the sweet science on display and just dance circles around Deontay Wilder. But it's one of those fights where whoever wins, I'm still good because
Yeah.
I spent some time digging into Deontay, and he represents a lot of different things. For me, what I found out that he stopped. He was trying to. He had a career in football.
Yeah.
He stopped because his daughter had a degenerative disease.
Yes, I heard this as well. Actually,
He was working at Budweiser and I think some eatery. And like when he started training boxing, he would go to the gym and you would see a Budweiser truck outside of the gym, and that was him. Trained for 3 years, went to the Olympics, got the bronze medal at the Olympics, beat everyone else that he met after the Olympics, became pro, knockout after knockout after knockout.
crazy man.
3 years later, fought for the title, and now here he is.
That's another story.
That's it. So like for me, it's like if this man retains his title versus Tyson Fury, I'm still okay with
Great.
it. But for me, it's for two things. For me, it's like I want the story, the complete redemption arc of Tyson. For those of you who don't know Tyson Fury's story, Tyson Fury was a really really successful boxer in the UK. Fought all the way to the highest of the highs in his career, became champion, and he was struggling with depression. Boxing was an outlet for him. It's all he just used to just escape his demons.
And he's bipolar as well.
Yeah, he's bipolar. So he decided, and when he became champion, it was like, so what else do I need to fight for? Because he was so good that the fights felt easy to him. So he became obese. He started eating unhealthy, eating too much. His depression skyrocketed, and he almost committed suicide. He almost drove his Ferrari off the bridge in the UK. And after that, he decided to turn his life around. Came back to boxing. He's been fighting. Came back. His return fights. I can't remember who. I think he fought Klitschko, right?
Yeah,
Vladimir Klitschko.
yeah. That's when he told him like, "I beat you when I was fat."
Yes, yes. So, and now here we are. Like, he's beaten everyone that's been put in front of him. Fought that time Deontay Wilder last year. Ended in a controversial decision. And now he's here to fight him a second time. So, not a decision. It was a draw. So his story is beautiful as well. People, a lot of the interviews, you hear people call him the voice of the depressed, the voice of the obese, the voice of the dejected and the rejects. He's someone who makes it seem like everyone has a chance and everyone has hope. On the other hand, Deontay Wilder is considered a powerful voice for black strength, the black community. People look up to him. He's someone that he has a big heart, despite the fact that he's so brazen and he says a lot of seemingly disrespectful things. He's a genuinely. I've heard from there's a guy called Radio Raheem Boxing. He was on Joe Rogan this week, and he said that in behind closed doors, Tyson Fury is the sweetest human being you will ever meet.
You mean Deontay? Right?
Sorry, Deontay Wilder is the sweetest human being you'll meet. Like, so polite, so soft spoken, wants to take care of everyone around him. Genuinely good person. So both men are amazing people, man. It's one of those fights where whoever wins, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Same here. I just want to see a good fight.
Yeah, I just want to see a good fight.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Moving on to the UFC.
Moving on to the UFC. So we have in New Zealand, UFC Auckland, we have Dan the Hangman Hooker headlining versus Paul the Irish Dragon Felder. And that is happening in New Zealand tonight. And it is a beautiful fight for a number of reasons. The biggest reason is that this entire card, this is one of the few times in my own understanding of combat sports or MMA where an entire event is structured around one gym, not a country, a gym. And that gym is none other than City Kickboxing of Auckland, New Zealand.
Yep.
And they produced 2 world champions in the past 1 year. They have multiple contenders in different divisions. They just came out of nowhere, and they were the brainchild of a man known as Eugene Berman.
Yep.
So this weekend they have four fighters on the card. I think there's Brad Quake Riddell, there's Dan the Hangman Hooker, there's Kai Kara France, and I think that's it. They have three fighters
Okay,
on the
yeah.
card, and they're all fighting really, really competitive. They have really competitive bouts signed up, and then we have Israel Adesanya obviously supporting
From
each
there
and
as
every
well,
one
yeah.
of them. Yeah. So yeah, man, dude, run us through. What do you think about the main events?
So, Paul Felder, we got to see him at UFC 240, was that 242 in Abu Dhabi? So he fought at Barboza at that one, and that was a very good fight. It was really nice to see him like up close and personal in Abu Dhabi, and I respect his style because he's just one of those complete people. He's complete. He's in very, very good condition. He's obviously a smart person out of the octagon. That's what I meant by complete. So apart from his game being complete in MMA, he just seems complete. Like he has everything.
As a human.
Yeah, he seems quite.
The UFC has a very, very, very good habit of citing people like that from afar, then bringing them onto like the analyst team, bringing them to the behind the
makes
camera
sense,
and stuff.
You got the face, you got the voice, you got the brain for it. It's about putting that chemistry together. And I love the idea of an organization like that, a combat organization being internally like run, and the cogs and wheels are by actual combat athletes as well, if not even former ones. And even based on that the issue that happened with the judging the John Jones fight, and
in Texas.
it brought up all those things about let's have these judges, let's have the systems open to former fighters, combat athletes, and not people from the boxing scene or just
scrubs,
as old, So anyway, so I have a lot of appreciation and admiration for Paul Felder, but Dan Hooker, after he destroyed my friend Ross Pearson.
Do you want to run them through what happened in that regard?
Yeah, man. So Ross is an ex-teammate of mine. He's a good friend. I love the guy. He won the season 9 of Ultimate Fighter, and he's one of the guys that I always looked up to as getting into the whole MMA thing. But he's had quite an unfortunate run of fights in the last couple of years, maybe even 3. I'm not even sure I don't think he's in UFC anymore. But yeah, so he had this fight with Ross Pearson, and I know Dan Hooker to be he's slick on the floor, but then my man Ross is slick with the hands, and then he knocks Ross out with this knee. Oh my!
Perfectly timed.
It was perfectly timed. He puts him out and slapped him, and that was my awakening moment with Dan Hooker. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, if you could do this to him.
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then when all the connections got made, and he's from the same place as Israel Adesanya and all that, and wow. Then I saw the little sparring footage with him and Israel. I was like, this guy's a featherweight. He's massive.
How does he make weight?
How does he make weight? Because he's a big guy.
Yeah. The taller you are, the harder it is for you to make weight in those smaller classes.
I think so.
Because you're carrying so much more. There's so much more on your frame.
Yeah.
So
Michael Chiesa.
He looked like he was the same size as Izzy.
He looked like.
I wonder how large he is when he's just walking around.
I'm really curious about that. But so Combat Culture tweeted earlier today about this particular fight and said, it was reminiscent of the old WEC days where we had the lighter guys coming together and just displaying absolute skill. Because, it's only when you get to the heavier weight classes and stuff like that, or not as accomplished fighters, that you start putting in things like gas tank. The WEC, every time you're watching WEC fight, gas tank was always out of the picture. Everybody was just in a 100% gas tank.
Yeah.
So what you got to see was just skill.
Yeah.
In full effect. So it was almost like watching fight scenes in a movie, because movies don't put people getting tired. So I love the WEC for that, and I just feel like this fight is going to be one of those kind of fights, but it's just going to be either an absolute display of mastery and skill or an early stoppage. I think it's one of those two things, but I see Dan Hooker winning.
Yeah, man, it's for me, I see Dan winning, but I see Dan winning for just personal bias reasons, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm so, I told my brother, but I haven't told you yet. Like, I'm actually trying to work towards processing papers to go to New Zealand by the end of the year.
Oh, nice.
After we come back from
From
Thailand.
Sweet.
And the truth is that, yeah, I would like to be there for a bit, like work, pursue some things. But a big part, the main reason why I'm going to Thailand is because of
City kickboxing.
Israel Adesanya and City Kickboxing. So I already feel some level of attachment towards these guys, and it's not unfounded.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the skill is there. Like what I see when I see Paul Felder is someone who is skilled. He's skilled. But he leans towards a brawling style. He's able
Yeah.
to bite down on his mouthpiece,
he
take pain
Yeah.
in order to inflict more on his opponent. But what I see in Dan Hooker is someone who is able to read his opponent, pick his range, pick his timing, and even if you take me to the floor, I'll still submit you.
Let's go.
So I personally, yeah, I'm biased, but I see him winning that fight
Yeah.
in every regard.
I think I think we even posted up. So Combat Culture also posted up like the tail of the tape. So you got to see their ages, their height, the range, and oh man, Dan Hooker is just.
Yeah.
I think he has like 5 inches on Paul Felder.
In reach,
yeah.
and then 3 in height.
Crazy.
So it's not going to be an easy fight. Dan doesn't do that thing that Edson Barbosa does, where he's super explosive at the start of the round, then it looks like he starts to taper down towards the end of the round.
And with Edson, you kind of know what he's bringing.
Yeah, you do.
This City Kickboxing guys, yeah, they don't make it that easy.
Yeah,
they don't. They're not gonna give you
I get heavy Firas Sahabi vibes from
from
them.
that side. Yeah, they're very methodical people, and even Dan Hooker himself, even the way he speaks, and even the way he said he came in like the Joker, all
Yeah,
excited and
yeah.
everything. You just know he's up to something.
Yeah, and that was a calculated move. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're not random.
Yeah,
Nothing in
really
that camp
not.
is random.
I felt like even because did you see the Aussie like nose touch thing?
Yeah.
And like he pretty much called
Yeah, it's
Paul
like,
Felder,
come
come here and do this with
And
me.
you saw that when he arrived at the airport, the entire City Kickboxing team was at the airport waiting for him.
Oh, I
and,
didn't see
And
that.
they were all wearing New Zealand garbs, and then there were people doing their whole dance.
The haka?
The haka dance.
love that
And you just see Israel, you see Kai Kara, you see Brad Riddell, you see Dan the Hangman, and they're all just sitting and they're just looking at him, and there's no smiles on anybody's face. It's just like, you're in our land now.
Oh my
We're
God!
gonna mess
What
you
a
up.
welcome, man!
And he stood up, he shook his hand, and looked him right in the eyes, like, this is my house.
Oh man!
So-
what a welcome! Party.
Yes.
Damn.
So you have to know that these guys, they're taking this personally, and New Zealanders and Australians, they have that thing, that whole warrior, especially with like rugby.
Yeah,
and
when they
stuff.
do rugby, they do the whole hacker, and I love that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how anybody's not intimidated by that stuff because that's what gives me the chills when I see it, man. I love it. I love that richness and that culture. And I love how Easy puts it up. Let's not talk about Easy because it's not his time right now. But yeah, I love that embrace of it, and and it's even though it's a war chant, it's it's a war dance, a war cry, and it's meant to be intimidating. It doesn't. It's not offensive in its threat. It's just
This is what it is.
an imposition is like, welcome.
Yes. Yes.
Welcome.
So yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. We need to confirm the time difference between Nigeria and New Zealand so that
We
people.
really need to.
So if we can put it on our Twitter and our Instagram, so people know when they should be up to watch the fight on Super Sports or stuff. If it's on DSTV. But yeah, man, good stuff. The next thing on our agenda right now is that we have, why's my brain failing me?
Israel?
Israel Adesanya
Yeah.
had a press conference with Yoel Romero this morning.
Yeah.
That was in Auckland, New Zealand, and it was Yoel Romero couldn't show up, so he was projected on the screen behind him, and it was hilarious because like he was 5 seconds behind.
Oh, the lag. Oh,
Yeah,
that thing is
and when Izzy would say something witty or like take a jab at him, it would take a while to get to Yoel, and then
Yoel will take a while to.
then, not just that, Yoel needed a translator to translate for him. Then he would speak Cuban. Then the translator would translate. So the conversation would have even left him. Like, the conversation has left him, and then he will now start responding. So at some point, Izzy was like that. He hopes that that Yoel. That he said that he would like to know what Yoel's real age is, and he was like, Yoel, be honest, like don't lie to us. What's your real age? And then when Yoel now answered like 5 seconds later, he said, "I'm 43." They already started taking questions from someone else.
Oh man!
So Izzy now starts singing, "Why you always lying?" And while he's singing that, the conversation with the guy that is currently asking the next question is going on. And then it got to Yoel's ear. Then Yoel now started laughing, and all you could hear was Yoel's raspy voice laughing. And it was like something out of a horror film. It would give you chills. Yoel is such a scary dude. Man.
I swear, it's scary and lovable.
He is.
There's a little video of him getting treated by Dr. Bo Hightower.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. And it's the funniest thing ever. Like, he's so ticklish. And it's like, look at this guy. Like,
guy can kick people to the universe.
And eat head kicks as well for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I look at him, he's like, a baby. He's like,
and you just tickle him a little bit and he's powerless.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Man. So that's all the anticipation for their March bouts.
7th,
March
yeah.
7th.
Yeah, that's in Vegas as well.
Yeah, so we always know we have this issue with this time thing because like 4 a.m. in the Sunday morning over here. But we Combat Culture, we're really trying to work on getting something stable for this viewing parties. We definitely want to have one for the Easy fight, in honor of our boy, our Nigerian boy. So we have something we're working on, but as soon as it's confirmed, we'll let you guys know. But we want you guys to let us know, what your plans are, and even if you're not going to watch it with us, or let's know what you're doing. So hit us up on that. And and everybody out there in Abuja or whatever, and you don't even have to be here. We can have like a Combat Cultural Cell in Lagos, and you guys get together and let us know how you guys reacted to everything happening. But yeah, let's not sleep on that. Yeah. And then speaking on future events as well. So there's some talk about so this is going to boxing now. Andy Ruiz facing Ortiz.
Exactly.
I really like that.
I like that fight as well. I like that fight.
I want to see that.
I want to see a hungry Andy Ruiz versus a very technical Luis Ortiz. I would love that.
Who's just been beaten as well.
Exactly.
Because Ortiz came back looking... I thought he looked much better, but
I think he won every round.
Yeah.
Until he got knocked out.
Yeah.
That's the story of every day.
He looked in better condition than ever. I really fancied the Ruiz and Ortiz one. I hope that comes together. Come on, guys. So have you ever heard all the this rumors segment now? You heard all the talk about Manny Pacquiao and McGregor?
I've heard the talk. I'm not really interested in that though.
I'm not either.
I don't want Conor McGregor to do anything that isn't MMA at the moment.
And I know and I love that he's hungry and eager to get fights in, but let's not completely devalue the symbolism and the value of McGregor.
Exactly.
Because he's an idol.
He's a once in a lifetime.
He's
person. Yeah.
He really So I don't want to keep hearing all these things, and I don't even like that he keeps tweeting at everybody. He tweets at Diego Sanchez. And
I didn't like the Diego Sanchez thing. I didn't even like the one that did you see the Paul Felder tweet?
Oh yeah, I saw that as well about the Irish Dragon.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that, and I think Conor is at the level where he shouldn't be managing his own social media anymore. He's more than a person at this point. Yeah. He's proper 12. He should just sit
still. This is what he has already spoken his plan out to the universe. It might not exactly work out how he planned to, but let it cogs keep spinning. Everything will fall in place.
Let it breathe, because I don't know. I hate that when I see a Conor McGregor tweet. Well, he still tweets good stuff. Like you know that during the face-offs in the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury fight, they got a little bit physical. Yes, I feel it was staged. The
shoving and all that.
The shoving. I think that was staged.
Then what was it? Nevada State doing?
Exactly.
Anyway, finish what you were saying.
And Conor McGregor called them out on that. He was like, Nevada, you guys are the biggest commission in the world. Every combat sport related event begs to be on your shores. Why would you let two men who have thought about nothing but going to war with each other come for a face-off, and then you put no security in between them, nothing to stop them from losing their senses,
and then you ban them?
Like you don't do that. Like he told them, sit up and do your job. And that's the role Conor McGregor should play.
that voice that people should. But if he keeps tweeting random crap,
Nobody will
they're
take
not
it
going to take it
seriously.
seriously anymore.
Yeah.
So he can't even. He should be the guy who can make a call and call the Nevada State. Like I say, hey,
This isn't good enough.
yeah, and they were like, oh yeah, sorry, Dana just called us. Like, okay, yeah, good, I'm calling you as well.
That's the level he's on.
That's the kind of power that is moving.
Another thing with
Or should
regards to what you said that I take personally is that with all these crossover fights, we shouldn't devalue the sacredness of each sport. Because let's be honest, every crossover fight is just a cash grab. It's just a
Yeah.
fantasy fight for people to
Yeah,
make money
yeah,
off
yeah,
of.
yeah.
There's no title on the line. There's no bragging rights. There are no rankings on the line. It's just money. And it was nice as a fan's wet dream to see Conor McGregor fight Mayweather. But if we start to make it, Canelo Alvarez actually hit that nail on the head. He said, boxing is boxing, MMA is MMA. Anybody that is doing a crossover is doing it simply for the money, and he cannot respect them. So nobody should talk to him about the crossover fight with, because there was the whole talk about Tyron Woodley doing boxing
Boxing
versus
as well.
Canelo Alvarez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like it personally. I think we should let everything breathe, everything grow. But some people seems to have
Yeah.
other ideas.
Like for me, I don't know. I enjoy it, to be honest. I do enjoy it, and that's stemming from my childhood. I've always just, but that was what it's like. MMA came out to answer questions, and then now people seem to be trying to create new questions. So I felt like MMA was created because to answer that question, like what happens when you bring a boxer versus a kickboxer? What happens when you bring a taekwondo guy versus a jiu-jitsu guy? And then that's how it all started. And it was that mix. Then people started becoming hybrids. Started like I want to be the ultimate fighter, where I have skills from this discipline, that discipline, and I put it all together the best. And then, but yeah, it seems like people are done with the question now. And even the style, even the things that get spoken about in matchups have changed. So I remember like early, like those like 2005, 2000, maybe about 2008, 2009. The conversations were always like with the matchmakers. I think was it Joel Silver back then? It was always, the quintessential striker versus the grappler, and they always loved doing that stuff now. But like everybody's kind of so complete now. I think it's reached a saturation point, and that's why people are now asking new questions.
It's almost like we're going in reverse.
Yeah,
now.
so now, what if you get this guy in this boxing world and get this guy and put them together? And but I don't know, part of me is still kind of curious, and I know that's what it is, all a curiosity.
Yeah.
And I just like those little challenges of like, let me step into this world and see what happens there. Because people have been doing it for a while. It's just that now it's happening now it's the bigger names that are doing it. So there's a guy, Jason Ball, UK top 10 welterweight MMA fighter back then. Really good guy. Really fun to watch and everything. And he crossed over into boxing. I think he even boxed, what's the guy that wears the monocle British boxer? His son boxes now. He dresses very, speaks very
old
well.
English.
Yeah, he's a black guy though. Anyway, so he boxed his son, and that was a very good competitive fight. And so I've always been curious about stuff, and I remain that way. But that nobody made noise about that. It wasn't a big deal. They didn't do any world tours about it. There were any tweets about it. But I enjoyed watching that step. And I was like, I respected Jason Ball even more for it. So I feel like if more things like that keep happening, like Vasyl Lomachenko was hitting the pads, Thai kicking, and I loved seeing it. And I was curious, like, what would he look like if he started implementing kicks in his style? So I'm always gonna be curious because I'm just that person who's curious about stuff in combat. But it becomes messy when it's so clear that we're doing this because you just.
But well, we'll see.
We'll see
Personally, I just for the record, I think Manny Pacquiao starches him. Like I think he starches Conor if they go into the boxing round. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's we're almost out of time, and you have to talk about Fight Club.
In fact, yeah. So
Fight Night rather.
Yeah. So Fight Night, Rock's Fight Night, we're having our 4th installment.
What is Rock's Fight Night?
Okay, Rock's Fight Night is on the local scene. Right here in Body Rocks Fitness Studios. It's conceptualized here. And we've had events in here in this space in the studio. And we've also had events on the in an outside venue as well. But this one we're doing on the 1st of May 2020. We'll be back in here, and this is going to be the first MMA event in Abuja. We've had it in Lagos before in Nigeria, but this is going to be the first one in ever in Abuja and in our own octagon here. So we're looking to have like local talent. We're going to have different kinds of things happening. We're going to have boxing, kickboxing, full MMA, and just for everybody's entertainment. So it's about 2 months to it now. So we're going to keep pushing out a bit more about it, and hopefully you guys will buy tickets and come and get it, come and be entertained.
Where can they buy the tickets?
Or you'll be able to get tickets online. You'll be on BurdocksFS.com. That's Body Rocks FS, Rocks with an ROX. Or just come and pick them up simply from Silverbird Entertainment Center right here in Burdocks Fitness Studios on the 3rd floor.
Okay, beautiful. A number of people have actually sent me messages asking me if I'm fighting on that day.
All right.
Actually.
Are you fighting?
We'll see.
All right. I love that answer. We'll see.
All right. So, guys, as usual, follow us on Instagram, Combat Culture AF. Follow us on YouTube. On YouTube, it's Combat Culture Africa. Facebook, Combat Culture Africa. We're everywhere, Combat Culture Africa, on all major social media platforms. And if you send us a tweet, ask us a question on our Twitter or any of our social media platforms, we'll address them in the following episode. So, as usual, 3, 2, 1. Peace.
Also, big shout out to our teammates. So that's Chidi B-Boy Demil, Innocent Dache, our cameraman, Incredible Sam, our manager, Blessing Hot Chocolate Thomas. Thank you all.
Yeah, doing a great job, guys. All right. Have a blessed day.